Have you ever considered how the might of a fighter jet can be harnessed not just for warfare, but for humanitarian missions? An intriguing paradox, isn't it? The sheer power of these machines, primarily designed for aggression, can also be used to provide relief and aid in times of crisis. Consider the case of Israel's military offensive against Hamas in Gaza. The Israel Defense Forces, or IDF, used their air power to target over 2,300 Hamas sites. Despite the destructive nature of this operation, the intent was not solely to crush Hamas, but also to protect Israeli civilians from deadly attacks. Here, the fighter jets were not just instruments of war, but also shields protecting the innocent. Then, look at Greece's offer to train Ukrainian fighter pilots to fly F-16 jets. This was a move to bolster Ukraine's defense strategy against Russia's invasion. But it was also a humanitarian gesture. Greece, a strong supporter of Ukraine, provided not just military aid but also humanitarian assistance. The fighter jets in this instance were tools of empowerment, enabling Ukraine to defend its sovereignty. In contrast, Canadian military accused Chinese warplanes of harassing its pilots during UN sanctions patrols along the North Korean border. This action forced Canadian pilots to change course to avoid collisions, disrupting their mission to enforce sanctions. Here, the fighter jets were used as a means of intimidation, hindering a mission that was intended to maintain international peace and security. In each of these instances, the fighter jets played critical roles, but with differing impacts. In Israel, they were protectors. In Ukraine, they were enablers. But in North Korea, they were disruptors. So what can we take away from this? Fighter jets, though primarily designed for warfare, have a dual nature. They can be destructive, yes, but they can also serve a humanitarian purpose. Their role in any given situation is not defined by their design, but by the intent of those who wield them. Power, as we see, can be a double-edged sword. It can protect or it can oppress. It can empower or it can intimidate. And it is this duality, this intricate dance of destruction and protection, aggression and aid, that makes the role of fighter jets in humanitarian missions a compelling study in power dynamics. In summary, we've explored how fighter jets have been used in different instances, from Israel's offensive against Hamas to Greece's support for Ukraine and China's alleged harassment of Canadian pilots near North Korea. Each case illustrates the dual nature of power. It can be used to protect or to oppress, to empower or to intimidate. The role of fighter jets in humanitarian missions, therefore, is not just about the machines themselves, but about the intentions and strategies of those who control them.